Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are currently in need of a few repairs here, but mostly we want to get that hunchback ready to go. Now we're going to deploy without it, obviously. So we'll just tick forward here, and I think that's all the further we need to tick. Let's check our mech bay, make sure that we don't need to do any other repairs. Nope, that looks great. So let's hop into our barracks and do some training. Okay, so Pacifist here could use either a point of guts or tactics. What do you drive, Pacifist? Wolverine. Tactics it is.
Training complete.
Okay, so then Rain is looking fine, as is Savarok, and Succubus, what do you even drive? The Centurion? Okay. Which Centurion? Either way, I think we'll go for a point of tactics here for a better sensor roll. Okay, let's see if there's any halfway decent missions to get some rolls on some heavies, hopefully. Looks like our best bet is going to be this one. That's the highest pay, highest difficulty, and highest salvage that we have available. Okay, let's do it. This is an ambush convoy mission, which isn't great. We're going to bump this up, I think, all the way on the salvage end. We really want to get our hands on those sweet, sweet heavy parts. We don't have another mech to put here until the hunchback is ready, so let's just go ahead and deploy this. We know we have some unused tonnage. That'll be fine. So the real question is, what are we going to be up against? Hopefully a couple heavies. That would be ideal. An archer would be amazing to see here. We can get our hands on that pretty easily. We have 4 out of 5 parts on an archer right now, if I remember correctly. I believe we have an Orion part or 2, so an Orion would be nice to see. Basically any heavy I would take at this point. If we manage to incapacitate the pilot, we can theoretically get the full heavy mech. So that would be great, but it's kind of RNG whether that happens. It's also kind of RNG whether we even see a heavy here. We need to destroy the Davian shipment and escape, with a secondary of eliminating all of the shipment's protection. We've become aware of a convoy transporting supplies to a Davian facility. We'd like those supplies to become lost, if you take my meaning. We'll provide the coordinates to locate the shipment and handle any cleanup after the convoy goes astray. I'm not so sure why the Draconis Combine is being so circumspect, but they don't pay us to ask questions. There's a bonus for us if we eliminate any witnesses. And that's exactly what we will do.
Interface initiated.
Okay, so here's the coordinates. Yep, that's all well and good. So that's the convoy recon point there. And this is the denial zone. We want to land in between the convoy and the denial zone. Absolutely. This is actually a really good place to land, assuming that none of our mechs are stuck here. And I don't believe that they will be. Okay. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and land here.
The cult primary target on screen, Commander.
Did we have allies? I don't actually remember. That's the escorts. That's the convoy. Okay. No escort or no allies. Sure. So they're going to be moving up this road. And we are going to sprint down the road and use our turn 1 this way. We'll take up a position with our slower mechs over here, but we have no sensors right now, and so we'll just close in on them a little bit. Round 2, we will get sensors and we'll know what we're dealing with. In theory. Okay, so that's a heavy-wheeled APC there.
What can I do for you?
Our stealth is just going to walk up here and kick it.
Don't need to tell me twice.
Okay, so now we see some enemies. Fantastic.
Target is damaged, Commander. Keep it up.
That was a structure exposure, but we didn't actually get any damage into where we needed to. Sad. So we see a chameleon, a centurion, a ranger out there, a harasser, a hunter, prowler, and a goblin. No heavies. Sad.
Standing by.
Well, our Wolverine will close in over here. Let's check hit odds. Obviously, we go for the heavy-wheeled APC. This is very likely a kill. I'm going to not fire the MRM.
Locked up.
Primary target is taking damage.
Excellent. We're going to try to move up and take up a position in these trees if we can.
Awaiting orders.
Our long-range Centurion can position here. Our hit odds are probably going to be pretty low on this Hunter. And yeah, they're okay, actually. We're only going to fire in X1 mode. I don't want to jam the Ultra AC5.
Affirmative.
Okay, a few hits onto that Hunter.
Ready for orders.
Our Clint is going to move up as well.
On my way.
And we're going to fire on that Hunter. Not firing the rocket 20, obviously. Are we better off in short-range mode? 30.9 compared to... Yes, we are. Well, better on the PPC, worse on the pulse lasers. That's fair enough.
Firing.
Okay, good armor reduction there. The Prowler moves up, fires on the stealth, actually does some stray shot damage here.
You've got nothing. You hear me?
Waiting for
Okay, our close-in Centurion is going to sprint as close in as it can, for obvious reasons. 51.3 on this Hunter. It has no evasive. Same on there. Okay, we're just going to fire this. We did not hit with the AC-20. That's okay. We do have a precision AC-20 we could strap on there. We might want to do that. Okay. Just some AoE LRMs there that aren't going to do too much. Hunter moves up. Goes for the Centurion. It does get the large laser in there. We're not in the cover yet, so that hurts a little bit. The Ranger does not fire. Who else do they move? The Harasser. Okay. Adding some heat to the stealth. That's fine. Okay, phase 19. They're going to move, I think, to the chameleon. Sure. Almost getting some stray shots into their vehicle there, but they don't hit anything at all.
I hear ya.
Our stealth is going to move in to, I feel like, this angle here. And just step on that Harasser a little bit. Boop. Structure exposure. That should be a dead Harasser. Fantastic.
Smoked them.
Next up, our long-range Centurion is going to position, I feel like, over here. Reason being we can fire on this chameleon. What's the hit odds on it? Not the best. We're not shocked by that. Although our hit odds are pretty good on this Hunter. And if we tag it, our LRMs are going to be more likely to hit. Do it. Okay. We didn't break the armor on that Hunter, but it's very low.
What's up, boss?
I think the Wolverine closes in and finishes the job on the Hunter.
Confirmed.
There we go. That's half of the shipment down.
Reporting one less vehicle.
Honestly, I kind of feel like being able to drop between them and the denial zone is almost cheating. Maybe I should stop doing that. It's such a tactical advantage. It's just absurd how big of a tactical advantage it is. Okay, so we've got the Prowler and we've got the Goblin there. I think that the Prowler is the one we're going to attack because it has less armor. Okay, good damage into that side arc. We'll take it.
Waiting for orders.
Our Clint is going to close up over here. We're already in short range mode. We're going to fire on that Prowler as well. We did miss the ERPPC. That hurts. Prowler moves up and goes for a long-range Centurion. We kind of don't care. That's completely fine. Their Centurion moves up, goes for our stealth, and manages to miss even though we've only got the one evasive pip. It's a little lucky. We'll take it. Okay, that Goblin is doing some damage to our long-range Centurion, but that's fine. Oh, you're okay. The Ranger moves up, does not fire. Next round. It's going to be the Chameleon. Okay, that's starting to do some damage to our Centurion's armor.
Damage minimal.
Receiving you.
So I think at this point, our Clint is probably going to come in here and over here and kick this ranger. Our odds of killing it are low.
Move.
It's pretty heavily armored. And we missed our melee attack, which hurts.
Negative damage.
We did get some armor reduction on it, but we're a little concerned about rear arc over here, but these guys are not in the best position to be able to rear arc us. And in fact, our stealth can come in here. And we can physical weapon this guy. Now, if we physical weapon, I believe that we don't fire these weapons, but the UI is indicating that we do. Maybe that's a change that they made at some point.
No sweat. It's gonna be good.
There's our physical weapon. And we do fire. Okay, that's great to know. That's a huge amount of rear arc damage to that chameleon.
Critical hit, Commander. Ooh, took a heavy hit there.
Who took a heavy hit? I have no idea who took a heavy hit there. Okay, so the prowler here. It is this side. This is the right side, so we want to be over here.
Coordinates.
I want to finish off that prowler. I am going to fire the MRM to guarantee it.
Giving him everything I've got.
Fantastic.
Reporting. Vehicle
So that
destroyed.
shipment is 75% done. That was always going to do a fair amount of damage because we missed our melee attack. But that positioning is fine by us. So we're going to position up here
Confirmed.
with this Centurion. I'd like to go for this Goblin, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
Firing all weapons.
Okay.
What's up, boss?
Our close-in Centurion here is going to walk up over here, attack from this angle here, and hit that Goblin as hard as we can. That's a successful melee. That's great. And we hit with everything, pretty much. That's a structure exposure, but we didn't quite destroy the Goblin. It's got 4 HP left there.
Careful, they're looping around back.
Yep, we knew that was likely going to happen there.
Minor damage, Commander.
Where was that internal damage at, though? That's the question. And yeah, that was expected, fully.
Barely hit.
That internal damage doesn't exist. I don't know why it showed up as internal,
Good to
but
go.
okay. There is no internal damage. Good to know. We're going to loop behind this Centurion, and we're going to rear arc melee attack him. We're going to do a kick, I think. Or are we going to do a physical weapon? The physical weapon is better here. We have a higher hit chance, actually a lower hit chance, but it'll do a lot more damage. Do it.
Coordinates received.
Fantastic. That's a structure exposure immediately. And that is a one-shot on that Centurion. That's what we want to see.
Yikes. That
Okay,
is
so
hard.
this Wolverine is, I think, going to move in over here and finish this Goblin. I want it dead.
Roger that. Putting my weight into it.
There we go.
The LZ commander. I'm coming in hot.
Fantastic.
One more for the trash heap.
So, who moves next? That is this Clint? Sure. Where was that Ranger hit at? We actually can't see. That's okay. We're going to have to punch this guy, which of course means that we can't fire the ERPPC, which is fine. We need to sink heat anyway.
Targeting for physical attack.
We did miss the punch.
Failed to connect.
A good amount of armor damage in that rear arc, but overall, I've seen better, for sure. That Ranger will move now. Actually, the Chameleon will. That Centurion, huh? Okay, well, that's completely fine by me. I don't mind that in the slightest. We're going to probably keep this Centurion exactly where it's at and just fire on this Chameleon. And that is a pilot ejection. We'll take it. And this Centurion will, of course, position here.
Heading out.
Do we have evasive here? No, we don't. Okay. Hopefully we don't stray shot.
Fire.
We didn't. But we also didn't hit. That's okay.
AC-20 ammo depleted.
Well, it's not depleted. We're not surprised that they chose to fire on the Wolverine there. It's a little sad that they got a head hit, but whatever. They'll probably ace pilot here and take some burn damage. Yep. Perfect.
Orders.
And now this Centurion will move over here,
On my way.
and we're going to fire with our precision ammo. Light him up. Where did that hit? Front arc.
Commander?
Okay. Not ideal. The stealth is going to sprint over here, and we'll just pot shot at this guy. I don't expect much for hits here. A smattering of damage. We'll take it.
All out of SRMs, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
And our long-range Centurion can actually swing into rear arc here.
Copy
And that's
that.
exactly what we're going to do.
Copy that.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, Commander.
And now our Clint is going to walk in on its weak side. And we're going to light him up. We may as well fire the Rocket 20 at this point, right? What else are we going to use it on? We did miss that melee attack.
Critical hit, Commander.
It's a lot of damage to him, but not quite a destruction.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, our Wolverine is going to be required to move in, like, over here. And light him up.
Confirmed.
There we go. We had good rolls with those binary lasers on the Wolverine. I like it.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And there we go.
Mission successful.
I do wish that we had gotten a heavy out of that. Unfortunately, definitely no such luck there. Would have been really, really good to get some heavy parts. That's what we're fishing for right now. That's okay, though. We're going to, of course, proceed here. And what do we want from Salvage? Well, there's a C9A part. There's also a chameleon here. I am a fan of the chameleon as a mech. I do like it. So I think I'm going to grab these 4 chameleon parts. An ER large laser. We do have a couple of those. Anything else at all good in here? Engine Core 300, that's not awful. Artemis 4 FCS, we've already got a couple of those. A ferrofibrous armor would be great to get our hands on. But I don't think I'm going to burn a priority salvage on that. Okay, let's see what we get. We did get the Centurion part. We got the ER large laser. We got an LRM 10 that I'm going to get rid of. A small laser that I'm going to get rid of. A couple of SRM 4s. Engine Core 100 that we don't have in stock. 220 that we do have in stock. A 250 that we don't have in stock. An internal combustion engine. A standard FCS. Standard heatsink cooling. LRM Hydra. We'll keep it around, but I doubt we're going to use it in all honesty. A couple of half tons of machine gun ammo that we're not going to use. And some SRM ammo that we'll get rid of. Okay. All things considered, not too bad. Our repairs shouldn't be bad either. We might be able to get a chameleon online from that. It wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing to do, especially since we still have 2 additional mech drop slots that we can utilize. Plus, I'd like to have a backup mech. So I'd like to have a total of 9 mechs right now. That would be a very nice thing to have. But we don't have that currently. We currently have 6 mechs. So if we can get that chameleon online, that would be amazing. But I'm not sure if we have any other chameleon parts. Like, I'm not sure that it would be amazing, really. It would just be nice. Yep, go ahead and get started on that. And let's just see if we can get a chameleon online.
See you down here in the hole.
Let's see here. Storage is what we want. So it's a medium. And what do we have available here? We can get a chameleon online. Perfect. So we have potentially a choice between a 7V and a 4B. We're going to cancel this for now. And let's look at hardpoints. 261. Okay. And the other was this one. We can't ready this one. That has an additional laser hardpoint. I think 6 laser hardpoints is sufficient. So we'll go ahead and ready that.
That mech you asked for.
Fantastic.
Cleared for fighting.
Also referred to as a training scout. Yeah. It was quite prone to overheating, but we'll deal with that. That'll be fine. So we're going to come in over here and deal with our chameleon. Let's go ahead and get that refit. Okay. So we're going to drop out this small laser, this half ton of machine gun ammo, this jump jet. It comes by default with an engine core 300 that was not actually damaged. So that's nice. We'll go ahead and max out that armor for now. And we only have 7 tons to work with currently. We definitely want to slap on some endo steel structure. There's no doubt about that one. I'd like to put in a double heatsink kit. How many free heatsinks do we get here? None. Okay. Sounds good. What is this indicating? Oh yeah, needs a ranged weapon. That would help, sure. To be sure. Let's see, we have 9.5 tons to work with in total here. So we have 2 ballistic hardpoints here. Those are clearly intended to be like machine guns or machine gun arrays. Well, that's 3 slots. So it would clearly be intended to be machine guns, right? So it would be something hypothetically like that, and then we would need some machine gun ammo on that. Obviously, this is intended to run in close pretty quickly, so that would be fine. X2 armor damage minus 50% structure damage. We could run an armor piercing and a high explosive and swap between the two, in theory. Okay, and then we would need some lasers on this. Now, I would like to honestly just slam in a bunch of medium lasers. Now, we may have to run some small heavies. And in fact, I'm going to run like 1 small heavy here and 1 small heavy here. And then let's go for the most economical in terms of heat medium lasers that we have. So, 2 medium lasers, 1 medium laser here, and 1 medium laser here. Like that. That's all of our hardpoints maxed out. Next, we can slot in an extra double heatsink, say over here, just to bring up our heat efficiency to max again. So this thing will never ever overheat under ideal circumstances. So that's great. Our movement is pretty good. I would like, potentially, hang on, do we want to give this a TSM? It only activates on its own when above 27 heat. Okay, so that's not going to be useful for us right now. Good to know. We definitely could put an ECM in this. I wouldn't mind a sensor sentinel, but that's 3 tons. So we'll hold off on that. And we don't really have the weight for the ECM either. So let's go with an energy accuracy FCS for obvious reasons. And then let's go for, let's see, we already have a basic cockpit in there. We don't really have any other equipment for this right now. We could go for the sensor sentinel, but that does have 3 tons required. So we'll have to ditch that for now. The Guardian ECM isn't really going to be very useful either, just because we don't really have the tonnage for it. So I think instead we may... Well, that's interesting. We may just call it good with something like this. We're lacking a little bit of tonnage here, but I feel like that's okay. Like, what else are we going to toss at this? I suppose we could put a chainsaw up here. Give it a melee attack like that. And I suppose we could also give it a tag. But that is 1 ton. So I think I'm going to hold off on that. And let's just call this good. Do it. Fantastic. So we'll get that chameleon online, and I mean, it's not going to be hugely helpful, right? But it'll be something anyway. And our ship upgrade is 24 days out, so that'll be fine. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we'll finish up these repairs and continue fishing for heavies. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.